none.
Fair is foul and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and filthy air.
What bloody soldier is this? She can report, seemeth by her plight, of the revolt in your estate.
This is the sergeant, who like a good and hardy soldier fought against my captivity. Hail, brave friend, sake of the queen the knowledge of the broilers, that is leave it.
Doubtful it stood as two sped swimmers that do cling together and choke their art. The merciless MacDonald, worthy to be a riddle, for to that the multiplying villainies of nature do swarm upon him. From the western isles of kerns and yellow glasses is supplied, and fortune on his damned quarrel smiling showed like a rebel's whore. But all's too weak, for brave Macbeth, well he deserves that name, disdaining fortune with his brandished steel, which smoked with bloody execution, like valor's minion carved out his passage, till he faced the slave, which ne'er shook hands nor bade farewell to him, till he unseamed him from the nave to the chaps, and fixed his head upon our battlements.
Oh, valiant cousin, worthy gentleman!
As whence the sun gins his reflection from shipwrecking storms and direful thunders break, so from that spring whence comfort seems to come, discomfort swells. Mark, Queen of Scotland, mark! No sooner justice had, with valour armed, compelled these skipping kerns to trust their heels, than the Norwegian lord, surveying vantage with furbished arms and new supplies of men, began a fresh assault.
Dismayed not this our captains, Macbeth and Banquo.
Yes, as sparrows, eagles, or the hear the line. If I say sooth, I must report they were as cannons overcharged with double cracks, so they doubly redoubled strokes upon the foe, except they meant to bathe in reeking wounds, or memorize another Golgotha. I cannot tell, but I am faint. My gashes cry for help.
So well thy words become thee as thy wounds, they snap of honour both. Go, get a surgeon's. Who comes here?
The worthy Thane of Ross.
My face looks through his eyes. So should they look that seems to speak things strange.
God save the Queen!
Whence comest thou, worthy Thane?
From Fife, great Queen, where the Northern banners flap the sky and fan our people cold. Norway himself, with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict, so that Bellona's bridegroom leapt in proof, confronted her with self-comparisons, point against point, rebellious arm against arm, curbing as low as spurred, and to conclude, the victory fell on us.
Ha! Great happiness!
That now, Swano, Norway's king, craves composition, nor do we deign a burial of his men till he disperse at St. Constance $10,000 to our general use.
No more that Thane of Cawdor shall receive our bosom interest. Go pronounce his present death, and with his former title, reach Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he had lost, the noble Macbeth had won.
Where's thou been, sister?
Killing swine.
Sister, where thou? In a sieve I'll feather sail, and like a rat without a tail, I'll do, and I'll do, and I'll do. I'll give thee a wind. Thou art kind. Oh, I myself have all the others, and the very ports they blow, all the quarters that they know I've a shipman's guard. I will drain him dry as hay. Sleepless shall neither night nor day hang upon his penthouse lid. He shall live a man forbid. Weary Semites 9 times 9 shall he dwindle, peak, and pine. Though his bark cannot be lost, yet it shall be tempest-tossed. Look what I have.
Show me.
Here I have a pilot's thumb, wrecked as homeward he did come.
A drum, Macbeth, now come!
Beware,
sisters, hand in hand, posters of the sea and land, thus to go about, thrice to thine, and thrice to mine, and thrice again to make up 9. Peace.
the charms wound up.
So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
How far is it called to forest? What are these?
So withered and so wild in their attire that look not like the inhabitants of the earth, and yet are on it. Live you? Or are you aught that man may question? You seem to understand me by each at once a choppy finger laying upon her skinny lips. You should be women, and yet your beards forbid me to interpret that you are so.
Speak if you can. What are you?
All hail, Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Glamis.
All hail, Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor.
Oh, hail, Macbeth! Thou shalt be king hereafter.
Oh, noble sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? Either name of truth, are ye fantastical, or that indeed which outwardly ye show? My noble partner you greet with present grace and great prediction, of noble having and of royal hope, that he seems rapt withal. To me you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not, speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear your favours nor your hate.
Hail.
Hail.
Hail. Lesser than Macbeth, and greater.
Not so happy, yet much happier.
Thou shalt be a king, so thou be none. So hail, Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth. All hail!
Hey, you imperfect creatures, tell me more. By Sinel's death I know I am Thane of Glamis, but how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives, a prosperous gentleman, and to be king stands not within the prospect of belief no more than to be Cawdor. Say from whence you owe this strange intelligence, and why upon this blasted heath you stop our way with some prophetic greeting. Speak, I charge you.
It could have had bubbles as the water has, and these are of them. Whither are they vanished?
Into the air. And what seemed corporal melted as breath into the wind. Would they had stayed?
Were such things here as we do speak about? Or have we eaten on the insane root that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be king,
You shall be king,
and Thane of Cawdor too, went it not so.
to the self-same tune and words. Who's there?
The Queen hath heavily received Macbeth, the news of thy success. And when she reads on thy personal venture in the rebel's fight, her wonders and her praises do contend, which should be thine or hers. In silence with that she finds thee, and stout away in ranks, nothing afeard of what thyself does make, strange images of death. As thick as hail came post to post, and everyone did bear in thy queendom's great defence, and poured down before her.
We are sent to give thee from our royal master thanks, only to herald thee into his sight, not pay thee.
And in earnest of great honour she bade me from her call thee Thane of Cawdor, in which addition, hail most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
What? Can the devil speak true?
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was the Thane lives yet, but under heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose. Whether he was combined with Norway, or did line the rebel with hidden help and vantage, or that with both he laboured in his country's wreck, I know not. But treason's capital professed and proved have overthrown him.
Arms, and Thane of Cawdor, the greatest is behind. Thanks for your pains. Do you not hope your children shall be kings, when those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promised no less to them?
That trusted home might yet enkindle you unto the crown besides the Thane of Cawdor. But 'tis strange. And oftentimes to win us to our harm, the instruments of darkness tell us truths. Win us with honest trifles to betrays in deepest consequence. Cousin, a word I pray you.
Two truths are told as happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. This supernatural soliciting cannot be good, cannot be ill. If ill, why hath it given me earnest of success commencing in a truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion, whose horrid image doth unfix my hair and make my seated heart knock in my ribs against the use of nature? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is but fantastical, shakes so my single state of man that function is smothered in surmise and nothing is but what is not.
Look how our partner's wrapped.
If chance will have me king, why, chance may crown me without my stir.
New honours come upon him. Like our strange garments, believe not to them old, but with the aid of use.
Come what come may, time and the hour run through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favour, my dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Kind gentlemen, your pains are registered where every day I turn the leaf to read them. Let us forward the Queen. Think about what hath chanced, and at more time, the interim having waited, let us speak our free hearts to each other.
Very gladly.
Well then, enough. Come, friends.
Done on Cawdor? Are not those in commission yet returned?
My liege, they are not yet come back, but I have spoke with one who saw him die, and he did report that very frankly he confessed his treasons, implored your highness pardon, and sent forth a deep repentance. Nothing in his life became him like the leaving of it. He died as one who studied in his death, throwing away the dearest thing he owned as 'twere a careless trifle.
There's no art to find the mind's construction in the face. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. O worthiest cousin, the sin of my ingratitude even now is heavy on me. Thou art so far before that swift the swing of recompense is slow to overtake thee. Would thou hadst less deserved, that the proportion both of thanks and payment might have been mine. Only I have left to say, more is thy due than more than all can pay.
The service and the loyalty I owe in doing it pays itself. Your Highness's part is to receive our duties, and our duties are to your throne and state, children and servants, who do but what they should by doing everything safe toward your love and honour.
Welcome hither. I have begun to plant thee, and will labour to make thee full of growing. Noble Banquo, that hast no less deserved, nor must be known no less to have done so. Let me enfold thee and hold thee to my heart.
And there, if I grow, the harvest is your own.
My plenteous joys, wanton in fullness, seek to hide themselves in drops of sorrow. Sons, kinsmen, thanes, and you whose places are the nearest, no, we will establish our estate upon our eldest Morag, whom we name hereafter the Duchess of Cumberland, which honour must not unaccompanied invest her only. But signs of nobleness like stars shall shine on all deservers, from hence to Cargills, and bind us further to you.
The rest is labour which is not used for you. I'll be myself the harbinger, and make joyful the hearing of my wife with your approach. So humbly, take my leave.
My worthy Cawdor.
The Duchess of Cumberland. That is a step on which I must fall down, or else no leap for. In my way it lies. Stars hide your fires.
I did not like to see my black and deep desires. The eye won't get the hand yet. Let that be which the eye fears when it is done. To see.
True, worthy banquet, he is full, so valiant, and in his commendations I am fed. Let's after him whose care is gone before to bid us welcome. It is a peerless kinsman.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the perfectest report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air into which they vanished. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me, and referred me to the coming on of time with, Hail, King that shalt be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dews of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart, and farewell. Glamis thou art, and Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised. Yet do I fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, art, not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. What thou wouldst highly, thou holily, wouldst not play false, and yet wouldst wrongly win. Thou dost have great glance, that which cries, thus thou must do if thou have it, and that which rather thou dost fear to do than wishes should be undone. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thine ear, and chastise with the valour of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. What news do you have? What is your tidings?
The Queen comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with her, who, were it so, would have informed for preparation?
So please you, it is true, our Thane is coming. One of my fellows had the speed of him, who, almost dead for breath, had scarcely more than would make up this message.
Give him tending. He brings great news. The raven himself is hoarse that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood. Stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctuous visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, whether in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pull thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold! Great Glamis, worthy Cawdor, greater than both by the all-hail hereafter, thy letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present, and I now see the future in an instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as she purposes.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my Thane, is as a book, where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. She that's coming must be provided for, and you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch, which shall to all our nights and days to come give solely sovereign sway and masterdom.
We will speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favour ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
This guest of summer, the temple-haunting martlet, does approve by his love of masonry that the heaven's breath smells willingly here. No jutty, frieze, buttress, nor corn of vantage, but this bird hath made his pendant bed and procreant cradle. Where they most breathe and haunt, I have observed the air is delicate.
See, our honoured hostess, the love that follows us sometimes our trouble, which still we think is love. Herein I teach you how you shall bid God yield us for your pains and thank us for your trouble.
All our service, in every point twice done, and then done double, were poor and single business to contend against those honours deep and broad, herewith your majesty loads our house. For those of old, and the late dignities heaped up to them, we rest your hermits.
Where's the Dane of Cornwall? We coursed him at the heels and had a purpose to be his purveyor, but he rides well, and his great love, sharp as a spur, had holpen to his home before us. Fair and noble hostess, we are your guests tonight.
Your servants ever have theirs themselves, and what is theirs in compt, to make their audit at your highness's pleasure, still to return your own.
Give me your hand, conduct me to mine host, we love him highly, and shall continue our graces towards him. By your leave, hostess.
If it were done when it is done, then 'twere well if it were done quickly. If the assassination would trammel up the consequence and catch with her surcease success, but that this blow might be the be-all and the end-all here. Here upon this bank and shore of time would jump the life to come. But in these cases we'd still have judgment here, as we but teach bloody instructions which, being taught, return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poison chalice to our own lips. She's here in double trust. First, as I am her kinsman and her subject, strong both against the deed. Then, as her host, who should against her murderer shut the door, not behead not myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne her faculties so meek, been so clear in her great office, that her virtues shall plead like angels, trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of her taking off, and pity like a newborn babe striding in the blast. For heaven Sheridan, horsed upon the sightless curves of the air, shall blow the hard deed in every eye that tears shall down the wind. I have no spur to prick the size of my intent, only bolting ambition, which overleaps itself and falls on the other. How now, what news?
She has almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath she asked for me?
Know you not she has?
We will proceed no further in this business. She hath honoured me of late, and I have brought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would now be worn in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since, and wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time such I account thy love. Art thou afeard to be the same in thine own act and valour as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteemed the ornament of life, and live like a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would, like a poor cat in the
Prithee, peace! I dare do all that may become a man, who dares do more is none!
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man, and to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. Nor time nor place did then adhere, and yet you would make both. They have made themselves, and that their fitness now does unmake you. I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from its boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this.
If we should fail?
We fail. But screw your courage to the sticking place, and we'll not fail. When Duncan is asleep, where to the rather shall her day's hard journey soundly invite her. Her 2 chamberlains will I, with wine and with sail, so convince that memory, the water of the brain, shall be a fume, and the receipt of reason a limbeck only. When in swinish sleep their drenched natures lie as in a death, what cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan, what not put upon her spongy officers, who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
Bring forth men children only, for thy undaunted metal should compose nothing but males. Will it not be received when we have marked with blood these sleepy 2 of her own chamber, and use their very daggers that they have done it?
Who dares receive it other, as we shall make our griefs and clamour roar upon her death?
I am settled, and bent upon each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Away, and mock the time with fairest show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know.
How goes the night, boy?
If it is down, I've not heard the clock.
And she goes down at 12.
I take it 'tis later, sir.
Hold. Take my sword. There's husbandry in heaven. The candles are all out. Take me that too. A heavy summons lies like lead upon me, and yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers restrain me in the cursed thoughts that nature gives way to in repose. Give me my sword. Who's there?
A friend.
What, sir? Not yet at rest. He brings it you. She hath been an unusual pleasure, and sent forth great largesse to your officers. At this diamond, she greets your wife withal, by the name of most kind hostess, and shut up in measureless content.
Being unprepared, our will became the servant to defect, which else should free have wrought.
All's well. I drank last night of the 3 weird sisters. To you they have shown some truth.
I think not of them. Yet, when we can entreat an hour to serve, we would spend in some words upon that business, if you would grant the time.
At your kindest leisure.
If you shall cleave to my consent when 'tis, we shall make honour for you.
So I lose time in seeking to augment it, but still keep my bosom franchised and allegiance clear. I shall be counselled.
Good repose the while.
Thanks, sir. The like to you.
Go bid thy mistress when my drink is ready, she strikes upon the bell. Get thee to bed. Is this a dagger I see before me? The handle toward my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision sensible to feeling, as to sight? Or art thou a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat-oppressed brain? I see thee yet, in form as palpable as this which I now draw. Thou marshalest me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. My eyes are made the fool over the other senses, or else with all the rest. I see thee still, and on thy blade and dudgeon gouts of blood which was not so before. There is no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Now o'er the one-half world nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curtain's sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings, and withered murder, alarmed by his sentinel the wolf, whose howls is watch. Thus with stealthy pace, with Tarquin's ravishing strides towards his design, moves like a ghost. Thy sure and firm setter Hear not my steps, which way they walk, for fear thy very stones prate of my whereabouts, and take the present horror from the time which now suits with it. While I threat, she lives. Words the heat of deeds, too cold breath gives. I go, when it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven, or to hell.
That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire. Hark! Peace. It was the owl that shrieked, the fatal bellman that gives the sternest good night. He is about it. The doors are open, and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drugged their possets. That death and nature do contend about them, whether they live or die.
Who's there? What ho!
Alack! I am afraid they have awaked, and 'tis not done. The attempt, not the deed, confounds us. Hark! I laid their daggers ready. He could not miss them. Had she not resembled my mother as she slept, I had done it. My husband!
I have done the deed. Didst thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended?
I.
Ha! Who lies in the second chamber?
Donald Bain.
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to say, a sorry sight.
As one did laugh and sleep, and one cried, "Murder!" That they did wake each other. I stood and heard them. That they did say their prayers and addressed them again to sleep.
There are two lodged together.
One cried, "God bless us," and amen the other. Listening their fear, I could not say amen when they did say, "God bless us."
Consider it not so deeply.
But henceforth could I not pronounce amen. I had most need of blessing and amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways so. It will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, "Sleep no more, Macbeth doth murder sleep. The innocent sleep, sleep that knits up the revelled sleep of care, death of each day's life, sore labour's bath, balm of hurt mind, chief nourisher in life's feast, nature's second course."
What do you mean?
Till I cried, "Sleep no more," to all the house. Glamis hath murdered sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that thus cried? Why, worthy Thane, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain-sickly of things. Go, get some water, and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Why did you bring this dagger from the place? It must lie there. Go carry it and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
I'll go no more. I'm afraid to think what I have done. Look on it again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose! Give me the dagger. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If she do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? How is it with me when every noise appalls me? What hands are these? Ha! They pluck out mine eyes. Will all great Neptune's oceans wash this blood clean from my hand? No. My hands will rather the multitudinous seas and Carnadine, making the green ones red.
My hands are of your colour, but I shame to wear a heart so white. I hear a knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of this deed. How easy it is then. Your constancy hath left you unattended. Hark, more knocking. Get on your nightgown, lest occasion call us, and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deed were best not to know myself. Wait, Duncan, with thy knocking! I would thou couldst.
It's a knocking indeed. The man was porter of Hell's Gate. Yeah, I'm turning the key. Oh, knock, 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 knock. Here, hold on to this. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the name of Beelzebub? Here comes a farmer. Hanged himself on the expectation of plenty. Have napkins here about you, sir? Here, you'll sweat for it. Oh, knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the other devil's name? Faith. Here's an equivocator who could swear on either scales against either scale, who committed treason enough for Lord's sake. Could not equivocate himself to heaven. Come in, you plonker. Oh, knock, who's there? Here's an English tailor come hither. For stealing out a French hose. Here you can cook your goose. Shh. Knock! Who's there? I'm never at quiet. This place is too cold for hell. Devil portrait no longer. Mind you, reminds me of something. Knock!
Who's there?
Oh, knock!
Who's there?
Toby! Toby or not Toby? That's the question. I had thought to have led in some of all professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. Oh, and not, I pray you, remember the porter. Oh, shit. That helps. What do you want?
So late, friend, and you expect that you do like so late.
Thanks, sir. We were crashing to the second cock, and drink is a great provoker of three things.
What three things does drink especially provoke?
Marry! No fainting, and sleep, and urine. Oh! Literally, sir, literally. It provokes and it unprovoked. It makes them. And it mars them, you know, and it puts them on. Oh, but it takes them off again, and you know, it persuades them, and it disheartens them, and it makes them stand too, and not stand too. Oh, therefore, in conclusion, it equivocates them into sleep, and giving them the lie, it buggers them.
I believe Drink gave thee the lie last night.
Oh, I did, it did, sir, I had the very throw to me, and I requited him for that lie, but I think me being too strong for it, though he does take up the lead sometimes, I'd shift to cast him.
Is thy master stirring? Oh, not his late, here he comes.
Good morrow, both.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Is the queen stirring, worthy thane?
Not yet.
Should it command me to call timely on her? I've almost slept in the hour.
I'll bring you to her.
I know it is a joyful trouble to you, but yet 'tis one.
Our labour delights in physics pain. This is the door.
Oh, make so bold to call, but 'tis my limited service.
Goes the queen hence today?
She does. She did appoint so.
The night was unruly where we lay. The chimneys were blown down, and as they say, lamenting stirred in the air. Strange screams of death, prophesying with accents terrible of dire combustion and confused events, new match to the woeful time. The obscure bird did clamour the livelong night, and some say the earth was feverous and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Oh, horror! 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 Tongue nor heart cannot conceive nor name thee.
What's the
What's
matter?
the matter?
Confusion now hath made me his masterpiece. Oh, most sacrilegious murder hath broke ope the Lord's anointed temple and stolen hence the life of the building.
What is it you say? The life?
Mean you, Her Majesty?
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight with a new gorgon. Do not bid me speak. See and then speak yourselves. Oh, awake, awake! Morag Banquo Doublebane! Shake off this downy sleep's death's counterfeit and look upon death itself. Oh, up and see great doom's image. Morag Banquo! As if from your graves rise up to countenance this horror. Ring the bell!
What's the business that such a hideous trumpet calls to parley the sleepers of the house? Speak. Speak.
Gentle lady, it is not for you to hear what I can speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell. Oh, Banquo, Banquo, our royal mistress is murdered.
Woe. Alas. What? In our house? Do crawl anywhere. Dear Duff, I pray thee, contradict thyself and say it is not so.
Had I but died an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time. But now there's nothing serious in mortality. All's but toys. Renown and grace is dead. The wine of life is drawn, and the mere lees is left this vault to brag of.
What is amiss?
You are and do not know it. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
Your royal mother's murdered.
By whom?
Those of her chamber, it seemed, had done it. Their hands and faces were all badged with blood, as were their daggers, which, unwiped, we found upon their pillows. They stared and were distracted. No one's life was to be trusted with them.
Oh, yet I do repent me of my fury that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Who can be wise, amazed, temperate and furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? No man! The expedition of my violent love outrun the pause of reason. There lay Duncan, her silver skin laced with her golden blood. Her gashed stabs looked like a breach in nature for ruin's wasteful entrance. There, the murderers steeped in the colours of their trade, their daggers unmannerly breached with gore. Who could refrain that had a heart to love, and in that heart courage to make loves known?
Help me hence. Oh!
Look to the lady.
Why do we hold our tongues? At most may take these arguments for hours.
What should be spoken here, where our fate, hidden in an auger hole, may rush and seize us? Let's away. Our tears are not yet brewed.
Nor our strong sorrow upon the foot of motion.
Look to the lady, and when we have our naked frailties hid that suffer in exposure, let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work to know it further. Fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and thence against the undivulged pretense I fight of treasonous malice.
And so do I.
So all.
Let's briefly put on manly readiness and meet in the hall together.
Well done, contented.
What will you do? Let's not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is the office that a false heart does easy. I'll to England.
To Ireland I. Our separated fortune shall keep us both the safer. Where we are, there's daggers in men's smiles. The near in blood, the nearer bloody.
This murderous shaft that shot hath not yet lighted, and our safest way is to avoid the aim. Therefore, to horse. And let's not be dainty about our leave-taking, but shift away. There's warrant in that theft that steals itself, when there's no mercy left.
Ten I can remember well, within the volume of which time I have seen hours dreadful, and things strange. But this sore night, its trifled former knowings.
Aye, Father, thou seest the heaven is troubled with man's act. Threaten his bloody stage by the clock to stay, and yet dark night strangles the travelling lamb. Is it night's predominance or day's shame that darkness does the face of earth entomb when living light should kiss it?
'Tis unnatural, even like the deed that's done. On Tuesday last, a falcon towering in her pride of place was by a mousing owl hawked at and killed.
And Duncan's horses, a thing most strange and certain, beauteous and swift, the minions of their race, turned wild in nature, broke their stalls flung out, contending gainst obedience, as if they would make war with mankind.
'Tis said they ate each other.
They did so, to the amazement of mine eyes they looked upon. Here comes the good Macduff. How goes the world so now?
Why, see you not?
Is it known who did this more than bloody deed?
Those that Macbeth hath slain.
Alas the day, what good could they pretend?
They were subordinate. Morag and Dunelbane, the Queen's two children, have stolen away and fled, which puts them under suspicion of the deed.
Against nature still, frivolous ambition that would riven up their own life's means. Then, just most likely, the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
He's already named, and gone to Scone to be invested.
Where's Duncan's body?
Carried to Colmkill, the sacred storehouse of our predecessors and guardian of their bones.
Were you to Scone?
No, cousin. I'll to Fife.
Well, after then.
Well, may you see things well done there. Adieu, lest our old robe sit easier than our new.
Farewell, Father.
God's benison go with you, and with those that have made good and bad, and friend and foe.
Now hast it now, King, Caudle, Glamis, all as the weird woman promised. rejoice most foully for it. Yet it was said it should not stand in thy posterity, but that myself should be the root and mother of many kings. If there come truth from them, as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine. Why? By the verities on thee made good, may there not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope. But hush, no more.
Here's our chief guest.
If she had been forgotten, it had been as a gap in our great feast, and all thing unbecoming.
Tonight we hold a solemn supper, sir, and I'll request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me, to the which my duties are with the most indissoluble tie forever knit.
Ride you this afternoon?
I, my good lord.
We should have else desired your good advice, which still hath been both grave and prosperous in this day's council. But we'll take tomorrow. Is it far you ride?
As far, my lord, as will fill the time twixt this and supper. Go not my horse the better, I must become a borrower of the night for a dark hour or twain.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed in England and Ireland, not confessing their cruel parricide, filling their hairs with strange invention. But of that tomorrow, when therewithal we have cause of state craving us jointly. Hie you to a horse, adieu, till you return at night. Goes clients with you?
Aye, my good lord, our time does call upon us.
I wish your horses swift and sure of foot, and so commend you to their backs. Farewell. Let every man be master of his time till 7 tonight. To make society the sweeter welcome, we will keep ourselves till supper time alone. While then, God be with you. Sarah, a word? Intend those men our pleasure?
They are, my lord, without the palace gate.
Bring them before us. To be thus is nothing. But to be safely thus, our fears and banquos stick deep. And in her royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. 'Tis much she dares, and in that dauntless temper of her mind she hath a wisdom that doth guard her valour to act in safety. There is none but she whose being I do fear, and under her my genius is rebuked, as it is said Mark Antony's was by Caesar. It was she who chid the sisters when first they put the name of king upon me, and bade them speak to her. Then, prophet-like, they hailed her mother to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown, and put a barren sceptre in my gripe, thence to be rent with an unlineal hand, no son of mine succeeding. If it be so, for Banquo's issue I have filed my mind. For them the gracious Duncan I have murdered, put rancors in the vessel of my peace only for them. Mine eternal jewel given to the common enemy of man to make them kings, the seed of Banquo kings, instead of come fate into the list and champion me into the utterance. Who's there? Now go to the door and wait there till we call. Was it yesterday we spoke together?
It was, so please your highness.
Well then now, have you considered of my speeches? Know that it was she which in the time past held you so under fortune, which you thought had been our innocent self. This I made good to you in our last meeting. Passed the probation with you, how you were borne in hand, how cross, the instruments, who wrought with them, and all things else that to half a soul and to a notion crazed say, thus did Banquo.
You made it known to us?
I did. And so went further, which is now a point of second meeting. Do you find your patience so predominant in your nature that you can let this go? Are you so gospel to pray for this good woman and her issue, whose heavy hand hath bowed you to the grave and beggared yours forever?
We are women, my liege.
Aye. In the catalogue you may go for women, as hounds, greyhounds, mongrels, spaniels, curs, sloughs, water-rugs, and demi-wolves are all clipped by the name of dogs. The valued file distinguishes the swift, the slow, the subtle, the housekeeper, the hunter, every one according to the gift which bounteous nature hath in him clothed, whereby he does receive particular addition from the builder writes them so alike, and so of women. Now, if you have a station in the file, not in the worst rank of womanhood, say it, and I will put that business in your bosom, whose execution takes your enemy off, grapples you to the heart and love of us, who wears her health but sickly in her life, who in her death were perfect.
I am one, my liege, whom the vile blows and buffets of the world have so incensed. I am reckless what I do to spite the world.
And I another, so weary with disaster, tugged with fortune, that I would set my life on any chance to mend it or be rid on't.
Both of you know Banquo was your enemy.
True, my lord.
So is she mine. In such bloody distance that every minute of her being thrusts against my nearest of life. And though I could with barefaced power sweep her from my sight and bid my will about it, yet I must not. For certain friends that are both hers and mine, whose love I may not drop, but wail her fall, whom I myself struck down. And thence it is to your assistance that I do make love, masking the business from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command us.
Though our lives...
Your spirits shine through you. Within this hour at most I will advise you where to plant yourselves, acquaint you with the perfect spire of the time, the moment on it, for it must be done tonight. And something from the palace, always thought that I require clearness with her, to leave no rubs nor blotches in the work. Fleance, her son, who keeps her company, whose absence is no less material to me than is her mother's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Resolve yourselves apart. I'll come to you anon.
We are resolved, my lord.
I'll call upon you straight. Abide within, it is concluded. Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight.
Is Banquo gone from court?
I'm in, but returns again tonight.
Say to the king I would attend his leisure for a few words.
Madam, I will.
Naught's had, all spent, where our desire is got without content. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy, than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone of sorriest fancies your companions making, using those thoughts which should indeed have died with them they think on? Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scotched the snake, not killed it. She'll close and be herself whilst our poor malice remains in danger of her former tooth. But let the frame of things disjoint, both the worlds suffer, ere we shall eat our meal in fear and sleep in the affliction of these terrible dreams that shake us nightly. Better be with the dead, whom we to gain our peace have sent to peace, than on the torture of the mind to lie in restless ecstasy. Duncan is in her grave. After a life's fitful fever, she sleeps well. Treason has done his worst. Nor steel, nor poison, mouse, domestic, foreign living, nothing can touch her further.
Come on, gentle my lord, sleek o'er your rugged looks, be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
So shall I, love, and so I pray be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present her eminence both in eye and tongue. Unsafe the while that we shall lave our honours in these flattering streams, make our faces visits to our heart, disguising what they are.
You must leave this.
Oh, full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Thou knowest that Banquo and her fleance live.
But in the nature's copy, not a turn.
There's comfort yet, they are assailable. Then thou be jocund. Ere the bat hath flown its cloistered flight, ere to black Hecate summons, ere the shire-born beetle with his drowsy hums hath rung night's stormy peal, there shall be done a deed of dreadful note.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck, till thou applaud the deed. Come, sealing night. Scarf up the pitiful eye of tender day, and with thy bloody and invisible hand, cancel and tear apart that great bond which keeps me pale.
Light thickens. The crow makes wing to the wicked wood. Good things of day begin to droop and drowse, while night's black agents to their praise do rouse. Thou marvelst at my words, but hold thee still. Things bad begun make strong themselves by ill. So prithee, go with me.
Hark! I hear horses.
It's likely a hoe. Then to she, the rest of it within the note of expectation are already in the court.
Her horse has got about.
Almost a mile. But she does usually as most do, from hence to the palace gate, make it their walk.
Tis she. Stand to it.
It will be rain tonight.
Then let it come down!
Treachery! Fly, good Fleance, fly, her maid's revenge! Oh, slave!
There's but one down. The sun has fled.
We have lost the best part of our affair.
Well, let's away and say how much is done.
You know your own degrees. Sit down. And first and last, a hearty welcome. Ourselves will mingle with society and play the humble host. Our hostess keeps her state, but in this time we will require her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir, to all our friends, for my heart speaks they are welcome.
See how they encountered thee with their hearts' thanks. Both sides are even here. I'll sit in the midst, be large in mirth. Anon we'll drink a measure, the table round. There's blood upon thy face.
His banquo is then.
Better thee without than she within. Is she dispatched?
Aye, my lord. Her throat is cut. That I did for her.
Thou art the best o' the cutthroats. Yet she's good that did the likes of Fleance. If thou did it, thou art the nonpareil.
Most royal sir, Fleance escaped.
Then comes my fit again! I have been perfect, whole as the marble, pounded as the rock, as broad and gentle as the casing air. But now I am cabined, cribbed, confined, bound into saucy doubts and fears. But Banquo's safe.
Aye, my lord, safe in a ditch she lies, with 20 trenched gashes to her head, the least among the death to nature.
There the grown serpent lies. The worm that's fled hath nature that in time will venom breed, no teeth for the present. Get thee gone. We'll hear ourselves again tomorrow.
My royal lord, you do not give the cheer. The feast is sold that is not often vouched what is a-making, 'tis given with welcome. To feed were best at home, from thence the source to meet were ceremony. Meeting were bare without it.
Sweet remembrancer. Now good digestion wait on appetite, and good health on both.
May it please your highness sit.
Here we had our country's honour roofed with a great person of our Banquo present, whom may I rather challenge for unkindness than pity for mischance.
Her absence, sir, lays blame upon her promise. Please it your highness to grace us with your royal company.
The table's full.
Here is the seat reserved, sir.
Where?
Here, my lord. What is it that moves your highness?
Which of you has done this? Thou cannot say I did it. Never shake thy gory locks at me.
Gentlemen, rise. His highness is not well.
Sit, worthy friends. My lord is often thus, and hath been from his youth. Pray you keep seat. The fit is momentary. Upon a thought he will again be well. If much you note him, you shall offend him and extend his passion. Feed and regard him not. Are you a man?
I and a bold one that dare look upon that which might appall the devil.
Oh, proper stuff. This is the very painting of your fear. This is the air-drawn dagger which you said led you to Duncan. Oh, these flaws and starts, impostors to true fear, would well become a woman's story to winter's fire authorized by her grandam. Shame itself. Why do you make such faces? When all's done, you look but on a stool.
Prithee, see there, look, lo, behold, how say you? If thou canst nod, speak too. If charnel houses and our graves must then those we bury back, our monuments shall be the moors of kites.
What, quite unmanned in folly?
If by I stand here, I saw her.
Fie, for shame.
Blood hath been shed ere now. In the olden time, ere humane statue had purged the gentle wheel. Aye, since 2 murders have been performed, too terrible for the air. The time had been that when the brains were out, the man would die and there an end. But now they rise again with 20 mortal murders on our crowns and push us from our stools. This is more strange than such a murder is.
My royal lord, your noble friends do lack you.
I do forget. Do not muse at me, most worthy friends. I have a strange infirmity, which is nothing to those that know me. Come, love and health to all. Bring me some wine, full, full. I drink to the general joy of the whole table, and our dear friend Banquo, whom we missed would she were here. To all and her we thirst, and all to all.
I do descend our pledge.
Advance and quit my state! Let the earth hide thee, thy bones are marrowless, thy blood cold, thou hast no speculation in those eyes that thou dost glare with.
Think of this, good peers, but as a thing of custom, 'tis no other, only it spoils the pleasure of the time.
What man dare? I dare. Approach me like the rugged Russian bear, the armed rhinoceros or the hurricane tiger. Take any shape but that, and my firm nerves shall never tremble. Or be alive again and dare me to the desert with thy sword. The trembling iron habit then protest me the baby of a girl. Horrible sight, unreal mockery, hence! Why, being gone, I am a man again. Pray you, sit still.
You have displaced the mirth, broke the good meeting with most admired disorder.
Can such things be that overcome us like a summer's cloud without our special wonder? You make me strange, even to the disposition that I owe, when now I think you can behold such sights, and keep the natural ruby of your cheek while mine is blunt with fear.
What sights, my lord?
I pray you speak not. He grows worse and worse. Question enrages him. At once, good night. Stand not upon the order of your going, but go at once.
Good night, and better health attend his majesty.
A kind good night to all.
It will have blood. They say blood will have blood. Stones have been known to move and trees to speak. Augurs in understood relations have by maggot pies and chows and rooks brought forth the secretest man of blood. What is the night?
Almost at odds with morning. Which is which?
How sayest thou that Macbeth denies his person at our great bidding?
Did you send to him, sir?
I hear it by the way, but I will say, there's not a one of them but in this house I keep a servant feed. I will tomorrow, and betimes I will, to the weird sisters. More shall they speak, for now I am bid to know by the worst means, the worst. For mine own good all causes shall give way. I am in blood, steeped in so far that should I wade no more, returning were as tedious to go o'er. Strange things I have in head, that will to hand, where they must be acted on, else they be scanned.
We lack the season of all natures. Sleep.
Come, we'll to sleep. My initiate fear in self-abuse is the fear that wants hard use. We are but young indeed.
Oh, why, how now, Hecate, you look angry.
Am I not breathing? Well, damned as you are, saucy and out of a fold. How did you dare to trade and traffic with Macbeth in riddles and affairs of death? And I, the mistress of your charms, the close contriver of all harms, was never called to bear my part, or show the glory of our art. And, which is worse, all you have done have been but for a wayward son, spiteful and wrathful, who, as others do, loves for his own ends and not for you. But make amends now, that you gone, and in the pit of Archeron, meet me ere the morning. Thither he will come to know his destiny. Your vessels and your spells provide, your charms and everything beside. I am for the air. This night I'll spend unto a dismal and a fatal end. Great business must be wrought ere noon, upon the corner of the moon. There hangs a vaporous drop profound. I'll catch it here, it comes to ground. And that distilled by magic sleights shall raise such artificial sprites as by the strength of their illusion shall draw him on to his confusion. He shall spurn fate, scorn death, and bear his hopes of wisdom, grace, and fear. And you all know security is mortal's chiefest enemy. Hark, I am cold. My little spirit, see, sits in a foggy cloud and stays for me.
Come, let's make haste. She'll soon be back again.
My former speeches have but hit upon your thoughts, which can interpret farther. Only I say, things have been strangely born. The gracious Duncan was pitied of Macbeth. Married, she was dead. The right valiant Banquo walked too late. Whom you might say, if it please you, Fleance killed. For Fleance fled. One must not walk too late. And who cannot want the thought how monstrous it was for Morag and for Donalbain to kill their gracious mother? Damn, in fact. How it did grieve Macbeth. Did he not straight in pious rage the two delinquents tear, that were slaves of drink and thralls of sleep? Was it not nobly done? Aye, and wisely too, for it would anger any heart alive to hear the men deny it. And so I say, he's borne all things well. And I do think that had he Duncan's issue under his key, as an it please heaven he shall not, they should find out what were to kill a father. So should Fleance. But peace, for from broad words, and because he failed his presence at the tyrant's feast, I hear Macduff hath fled to England. Sir, tell me, whereabouts does he bestow himself?
The issue of Duncan, from whom this tyrant told the due of birth, lives in the English court, and is received of the most pious Edward with such grace, that the malevolence of fortune nothing takes from his high respect. Thither Macduff has gone to pray the Holy King upon his aid, to wake Northumberland, and warlike Seward, that, by the help of these, and with him above to ratify the work, we may again give to our tables meat, sleep to our nights, free from our feasts and banquets bloody knives, do faithful homage and receive free honours, all of which we pine for now. And this report had so exasperated the king that he prepares for some attempt of war.
Sent he to Macduff?
He did, and with an absolute, "Sir, not I." The cloudy messenger turns me his back as one whom should say, "Your ruler time that clogs me with this answer."
And that well might advise him to a caution, to hold what distance his wisdom can provide. Some holy angel fly to the court of England and unfold his message ere he come, that a swift blessing may soon return to this, our suffering country under a hand accursed.
I'll send my prayers with him.
And one big clap. Okay. Yep.
Fight against the churches, though the easty waves confound and slow navigation up. Though bladed corn be lodged and trees blown down, though castles topple on their waters' heads, though palaces impermanent do slope their heads to their foundations, though the treasure of nature's Germans do tumble all together, even till destruction sicken, answer me that to which I ask.
Speak.
Demand.
Well answered.
Say if that's rather hear it from our mouths or from our masters.
Call them. Let me see them.
Poor and sow's blood that hath eaten, her 9 farrow grease that sweeten. From the murderer's gibbet, throw into the flame. Come,
high or low, thyself and others deathly show.
Tell me thou unknown's power.
He knows thy thought. Hear his speech, but say thou naught.
Macbeth! 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 Beware, Macbeth!
I must hope my fear are right. But one word more.
He'll not be commanded. Here's another, more potent than the first.
Macbeth! Macbeth! Macbeth!
And I 3 years I'll hear thee.
Be bloody, bold, and resolute. Laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of women born shall harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? Yet I'll make assurance double sure and take a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live, that I may tell pale-hearted fear it lies and sleep in spite of thunder. What is this that rises like the issue of a king and wears upon his baby brow the round and top of sovereignty?
Listen, but speak not to it!
The lion met with proud and take no care, who chafes who frets where conspirers are. Macbeth shall never vanquished be, until great Birnam wood to high Dunsinane hill shall come against him.
That will never be! Who can impress the forest, bid the tree unfix his earth-bound root? Sweet Bodmin stood, rebellion's head rise never, till the wood of Birnam rise. And our high-placed Macbeth shall live the lease of life, pay his breath to time and mortal custom. Yet my heart throbs to know one thing more. Tell me, if your art can tell so much. Will Banquo's issue reign ever in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
I will be satisfied. Deny me this and an eternal curse fall on you. Let me know. Why sinks that cauldron? And what noise is this?
Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows, so depart.
Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo. Down! Thy crown to stem mine eyeballs, and thy hair. Thou other gold-brown brows like the first. A third is like the former. Filthy hags, why do you show me this? A fourth. Star hard, what will this line stretch out ever to the crack of doom? Another yet. A seventh. I'll see no more. And yet the eighth prepares to bear the glass which shows me many more. And some I see that twofold bowls and treble scepters carry. Horrible sight! Now I see 'tis true, for the blood-bolted Banquo smiled upon me and pointed them for hers. What? Is this so?
Aye, sir, all this is so. But why stands Macbeth thus amazedly? Come, sisters, cheer we his sprites, and show the best of our delights. I'll charm the air to give a sound, while you perform your antic round, that this great king may kindly say, our duties did his welcome pay.
Who are they? Gone! Let this pernicious hour stand I accursed in the calendar! Come in without there!
What is your majesty's will?
Saw you the wed sisters?
No, my lord.
Came they not by you?
No, indeed, my lord.
Cursed be the air whereon they ride, and damned be all that trust them. I did hear the galloping of a horse. Who was it came by?
'Twas 2 or 3, my lord. They bring word that Macduff hath fled to England.
Fled to England?
Aye, my lord.
Time thou anticipatest my dread exploit. The flighted purpose never is overtook unless the deed go with it. From this moment, the firstlings of my heart shall be the firstlings of my hand. Even now to crown my thoughts with acts, be it thought and done. The castle of Macduff I will surprise, seize upon Fife, give Edgeoe the sword, his wife, his babes, and all unfortunate souls that trace him in his line. No boasting like a fool, this deed I'll do before my purpose cool. But no more sight. Where are these gentlemen? Come, bring me where they are.
What has he done to make him fly
madame.
He has none. Where our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors.
You know, we rose wisdom or as fear.
Wisdom. To leave his wife. To leave his babes. His mansion and his titles in a place from whence himself doth fly. He loves us not. And the poor men, the most diminutive of birds, will fight her young ones in the nest against the hour. All is the fear and nothing is the love. So little is the wisdom for the flight, so runs against all reason.
My dearest coz, I pray you, school yourself. But for your husband, he is noble, wise, judicious, and best knows the fits of the season. I dare not speak much further, but cruel are the times when we are traitors and do not know ourselves, when we would hold rumour to what we fear, but know not what we fear, but float upon a wild and violent sea, each way and move. I take my leave of you. Shall not be long, but I'll be here again. Things at the worst will cease or else climb upward. My pretty cousin, blessing upon you.
Father he is, and yet he is fatherless.
Am I so much a fool? Should I stay longer? It'd be my disgrace and your discomfort. I take my leave at once.
Sirrah, your father's dead. What will you do now? How will you live?
That's first, dear mother.
What? With worms and flies?
With what I get, I mean, and so do they.
Poor bird. Thus never fear the net, nor line the pitfall, nor the gin.
Why should I, mother? Poor birds they are not set for. My father is not dead for all you're saying.
Aye, he is dead. How wilt thou do for a father?
Nay, how will you do for a husband?
Why, I can buy me 20 at any market.
You'll buy and to sell again.
Thou speaks with all thy wit, and yet I faith with wit enough for thee.
Was my father a traitor, mother?
Aye, yet he was.
What is a traitor?
Why, one that swears and lies.
And we all traitors that do so.
One that does so is a traitor, and must be hanged.
And must they all be hanged that swear and lie?
Every one.
Who must hang them?
Aye, the honest men.
Then lies and swearers are fools. For there are lies and swearers enough to be the honest men and hang up them.
God help thee, poor monkey. How wilt thou do for a father?
If he were dead, you'd weep for him. If he were not, it were a good sign I should quickly have a new father.
Poor prattler, how thou talks.
Yes, you free dame, I am not to you known, though in your state of honour I am perfect. I doubt some danger does approach you nearly. If you will take a homely one's advice, be not found here hence with your little ones. To fright you thus, methinks I am too savage. To do worse to you were foul cruelty, which is too nigh your person. Heaven preserve you, I dare abide no longer.
Whither should I fly? I have done no harm. But I remember now, I'm in this earthly world where to do harm is often laudable. To do good sometime accounted dangerous folly. Why then, alas, do I put up that womanly defence to say that I have done no harm? What is this face?
Where is your husband?
I hope in no place so unsanctified where such as thou mayst find him!
He's a traitor! Just lie, thou shaded villain.
What? You egg! Young fry of treachery!
He has killed me, mother. Run away, I pray you. Let us seek out some desolate shade and there whip our sad bosoms empty.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword. My good men bestride our downfall and burst up. Each new morn, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new sorrows strike heaven on the face, that it resounds as if it were felt with Scotland and yelled out like a syllable of dollar.
That what you say? Maybe so, perchance? This tyrant, whose sole name blisters our tongue, was once thought honest. You have loved him well. He hath not touched you yet. I am young, but something you may deserve of him through me. To offer up a poor, weak, innocent lamb to appease an angry god.
I'm not treacherous.
Aye, but Macbeth is. And a good and virtuous nature may recoil at an imperial charge.
But I shall crave your pardon. That which you are, my thoughts cannot transpose. That would be foul would wear on its brows grace, and yet grace must still look so.
I've lost my hopes.
Perchance they were I did find my doubts. Why in that rawness left you, wife and child? Those pure motives, those strong knots of love, with no leave-taking. I pray you, let not my jealousies become your dishonours, but mine own safeties. You may be rightly just, whatever I shall think.
Believe, poor country. Great tyranny, lay thou thy base ashore, for goodness dare not check thee. Wear thou thy wrongs, thy title is afeard. Oh, fare thee well, Lord. I would not be the villain that thou thinkest, for the whole space is in the tyrant's grasp, and the riches to boot.
Be not offended. I speak not in absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps. It bleeds, and each new day a gash is added to her wounds. I think withal there would be hands uplifted in my right, and here, from gracious England, I have offered a goodly thousands. But for all this, were I to tread upon that tyrant's head, or wear it on my sword, yet my country would have more vices than before, more suffer in sundry ways than ever by her that shall succeed it.
What should you be?
Oh, it is myself I mean, in whom I know the particulars of vice so grafted that, were they to open, black Macbeth would seem as pure as snow. The poor state would esteem him as a lamb, being compared with my confineless harms.
Not in the legions of horrid hell could you find a devil more damned than evil Sir Tot Macbeth.
I grant him bloody, luxurious, avaricious, false, deceitful, sudden, malicious, smacking of every sin that has a name. But there's no bottom, none, in my voluptuousness. Your wives, your daughters, your matrons, your maids could not fill up the cisterns of my lust, and all continent impediments my will would o'erbear. Better Macbeth than such a one to reign.
Boundless intemperance in nature is a tyranny, and hath been the untimely emptying of the happy throne and fall of many kings. Yet fear not yet to take upon you what is yours. You may convey your pleasures in a spacious plenty, and yet seem cold the time you may so hoodwink. We have willing dames enough. There cannot be that vulture in you to devour so many as willing to greatness dedicate themselves, finding it so inclined.
But within this there grows, in my most ill-composed affection, a staunchless avarice, that I would cut off the nobles for their lands, desire his jewels, this one's house, and my more having would be as a source to my growing hunger, that I would forge quarrels unjust against the good and the loyal, destroying them for their wealth.
This avarice sticks deeper and grows with more pernicious root than summer seeming lust, and hath been the sword of our slain kings. Yet do not fear. Scotland hath foisons to fill up your will and your mere own. All these are portable with other graces weighed.
But I have none. These queen becoming graces I relish not, but abound in the division of each several crime, acting in many ways. Nay, had I power, I would pour the sweet milk of concord into hell, confound the universal peace and uproar, all unity on earth!
Oh, Scotland, Scotland!
If such a one be fit to govern, speak, for I am as I have spoken.
Fit to govern? No, not to live, O nation miserable, with an untitled tyrant. When shalt I see thy wholesome days again? When the truest issue of thy throne, by her own interdiction, stands accursed and does blaspheme against her breed. Thy royal mother was a most sainted queen. She that bore thee was often on her knees than on her feet, died every day she lived. Fare thee well. These evils I have repeated on myself have banished me from Scotland. On my breast, my hope ends here.
Macduff, this noble passion, child of integrity, thou hast from my soul wiped the black scruples, reconciled my thoughts to thy good truth and honour. Devilish Macbeth by these many trains has sought to win me to his power, and my modest wisdom plucks me from o'er-credulous haste. But God above, deal between thee and me. Even here I put myself to thine own direction, and unspeak my own detraction. Here abjure the taints and the blames I laid against myself as strangers to my nature. My first false speaking was this against myself. What I am truly is thine, and my poor country is to command. Whither indeed, before thy hair approach, old Seaward and 10,000 warlike men already at a point were setting forth. Now we'll together, and our goodness be like a warranted quarrel. Why are you silent?
Such welcome and unwelcome things at once, 'tis hard to reconcile.
Oh, but more of this anon. Goes the king hence, I pray you.
I said, there are a crew of wretched souls that stay his cure. Their melody convinces the greatest singer of art. But at his touch, such sanctity hath heaven given his hand, they presently amend.
I thank you, Doctor.
See who comes here.
My countryman? Yet I know him not.
Oh, my gentle cousin. Welcome hither.
Oh, good God, I know him now. Be time to remove the means that make us strangers.
So, I mean,
Stand Scotland where it did.
alas, poor country, almost afraid to know itself. Cannot be called our mother, but our grave. Where nothing but knows nothing was once seen to smile. Where sighs and groans and shrieks that rend the air are made, not marked. Where violent sorrow seems a modern ecstasy. And the dead man's kneel scarce asked for who, when good men's lives expire before the flowers in their caps, dying where they sit.
Oh, relation, too nice and yet too true.
What's the newest grief?
That of an hour's age doth hiss the speaker. Each minute seems a new one.
How does my wife?
Why well?
And all my children?
Well too.
So the tyrant hasn't battered at their peace?
No, they were well at peace when I did leave them.
Be not a niggard of thy speech, how goes it?
When I came hither to transport the tidings, which I have heavily borne, there ran a rumour of many worthy fellows that were out, which was to my belief, witness rather, I saw the tyrant's power afoot. Now is the time of help. Your iron Scotland creates soldiers, make our women fight, and doff their dire distresses.
Be it their comfort we are coming thither. Gracious England hath lent seaward and 10,000 men, an older and a better soldier none than ever christened and gave out.
Would I could answer this with a like, but I have words that would be howled out in the distant ear, where hearing them should not match them.
What concern they? The general cause, or is it a fee grief due to some single breast?
No mind that's honest, but in it pertains some woe, though the main part pertains to you alone.
If it be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly, let me have it.
Let not your ears despise my tongue forever, which shall possess the heaviest sound yet they ever heard.
I guess it is.
Your castle, surprised. Your wife, children, babes, savagely slaughtered. To relate the manner whereon the quarrel of these murdered dear, the death of you!
Oh, merciful heaven, what man ne'er pull your head upon your brows, but give sorrow words? The grief that does not speak whispers the o'erfraught heart and bids it break.
All my children.
Wife, children, servants, all that can be found.
And I must be from thence. My wife killed too.
I have said.
Be comforted. Let us make medicines of our great revenge and cure our deadly grief.
He has no children. All, my pretty ones, did you say all? Oh, hell-kite, all! What? All my pretty chickens and their dam at one fell swoop?
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so, but I must also feel it as a man. I cannot but remember such things that were most precious to me. What did heaven look on and would not take its part? Oh, sinful Macduff! They were all struck from thee, not for their own demerits, but for mine fell slaughter on their souls. Heaven rest them now.
Be this the whetstone to thy sword. Let grief convert to anger. Blunt not the heart, enrage it!
Oh, I could play the woman with mine eyes and the braggart with my tongue. But front to front, cut short all intermission. Bring thou this fiend of Scotland within my sword's length. And if he escape, heaven forgive him too.
This tune goes manly. Come, go we to the king, our power is ready. Receive what cheer you may. The night is long, it never finds the day.
I have for 2 nights watched with you, but can receive no truth in your report. When was it she last walked?
Since His Majesty went into the field, I have seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock a closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, afterwards seal it, and again return to bed. Yet all this while in a most fast sleep.
A great perturbation in nature, to receive at once the benefit of sleep and do the effects of watching. Now, when this slumbery agitation besides her walking and other actual performances, what at any time have you heard her say?
That, sir, which I will not report after her.
You may to me, and most meet you should.
Neither to you nor anyone, having no witness to confirm my speech. Lo you, here she comes. This is her very guise, and upon my life, fast asleep. Observe her, stand close.
How came she by that light?
Why, it stood by her. She has light by her continually. 'Tis her command.
But her eyes are open.
Aye, but their sense is shut.
What is it she does now? Look how she rubs her hands.
It is an accustomed action with her, to seem thus washing her hands. I have known her continue in this a quarter of an hour.
Yet, here's a spot.
Hark, she speaks. I shall set down what comes from her, to make my remembrance more strongly.
Out! Damned spot! Out, I say! 1, 2. Why then, 'tis time to do it. Hell is murky. Fie, my lord, fie! A soldier in a field! What need we fear, who knows it, when none can call our power to account? Yet, who would have thought the old woman to have so much blood in her?
Do you mark that?
The Thane of Fife had a wife. Where is she now? What? Will these hands ne'er be clean? No more of that, my lord, no more of that. You marvel this with starting.
Go to. You've known what you should not.
She has spoke what she should not, I am sure of that. Heaven knows what she has known.
Here's the smell of the blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. Oh, oh, oh.
What a sigh is there, with its heart is sorely charged.
I would not have such a heart in my body for all the tea in China.
Well.
Pray God it be, sir.
This disease is beyond my practice, though I know those who have died holily in their beds.
Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. I tell you yet again, Banquo's buried. She cannot come out in her grave.
Even so.
To bed. To bed. There's knocking at the gate. Come. Give me your hand. What's done cannot be undone. To bed. To bed. To bed.
Will she go now to bed?
Directly.
Now whisperings are abroad. Unnatural troubles do breed unnatural treasures. Death pillows.
She's in a state.
Absolutely. Keep eyes upon her.
I will.
Remove from her all means of annoyance. So good night. My mind she is mated and amazed my sight. I think but dare not speak.
Good night, good doctor.
The English power is near, led on by Monarch, her uncle Simon, and the good Macduff. Revengers burden them for their dear causes, would to the bleeding and the grim alarm excite the mortified man.
Yeah, Burnham would surely well meet them that way they're coming.
Who knows if Donalbain be with his sister?
For certain he is not. I have a list of all the gentry, their seaward son, plus many unrough youths who even now protest their first of manhood.
What does the tyrant?
Great Dunsinane strongly fortifies. Some say he's mad, others, that lesser hated, do call it valiant fury. But for certain he cannot buckle his distempered cause within the belt of rule.
Now does he feel his secret nerves sticking on his hands? Now minutely revolts upright his faith breach. Those he commands move only in command, nothing in love. Now does he feel his title hang loose about him like a giant's robe upon a dwarfish knee.
Who then shall blame his pested senses to recoil and start, when all that is within him does condemn itself for being there? Well, march we on to give obedience where 'tis truly owed. Meet we the medicine of the sickly weal, and with him pour we in our country's purge each drop of us!
so much as needs to do the sovereign flower and drown the weeds. Make we our march towards Burnham.
Bring me no more reports, let them fly all. Till Burnham would remove the Dunedin, I cannot take with fear. The spurs that no more mortal consequence have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth, for none that's born of woman shall ever have power upon thee. Then fly, false fame, and mingle with the English epicures. The mind I sway by and the heart I bear will never sag with doubt, nor shake with fear. The devil damn thee black, thou cream-faced loon! Where doth thou that goose look?
There is 10,000
Peace, villain.
soldiers, sir.
Go prick thy face and overrid thy fear, thou lily-livered boy. What soldiers, Pat? Death of thy soul, those lunar chiefs that counsel us to fear. What soldiers, Wayface?
The English force, so please you.
Take thy face hence! Seaton! I am sick at heart when I behold Seaton, I say! This push will cheer me ever or deceit me now. I have lived long enough. My way of life has fallen into the sphere. The yellow leaf and that which should accompany old age as love, honor, obedience, troops of friends I must not look to have, but in their stead, curses, not loud but deep, mouth honor, breath, which the poor heart would fain deny and dare not. Seaton!
What's your gracious pleasure?
What news more?
All is confirmed, my lord, which was reported.
I'll fight, till from my bones my flesh be hacked. Give me mine armor.
'Tis not needed yet.
I'll put it on. Send out more horses, scur the country round, hang those that talk of fear. Give me mine armor! How does your patient, doctor?
Not so sick, my lord, as she is troubled with thick-coming fancies that keep her from her rest.
Cure her of that. Canst thou not minister to a mind diseased, pluck from the memory of rooted sorrow, raise out the written troubles of the brain, and with some sweet oblivious antidote, cleanse the stuffed bosom of that perilous stuff which weighs upon the heart?
Therein the patient must minister to himself.
Throw physic to the dogs, I'll none of it! Come, put mine armor on! Give me my staff! Seaton, send out! Doctor, the thanes fly from me. If thou couldst, doctor, find her disease and purge it to a sound and pristine health, I would applaud thee to the very echo that would applaud again. Pull it off, I say. What rhubarb sinner or what purgative drug would scour these English hints? Hearest thou of them?
Aye, my lord, your royal preparations do make us hear something.
Bring it after me. I will not be afraid of death and bane till Burnham would remove the Dunedin.
Were I from Dunedin away and clear, profit again should hardly bring me here.
Cousins, I hope the day is near at hand that our chambers shall be safe.
We doubt it nothing!
What is this before us?
The wood of Burnham!
Let every soldier hew him down a bough and bear it before him. Thereby shall we shadow the numbers of our host, making discovery and report of us.
It shall be done.
We learn no other but the confident tyrant keeps still in Dunedin, and will endure our setting down before it.
Both more and less have given him the revolt, and none serve him now but constrained things, whose hearts are absent also.
Make all our just censures attend the true event, and put we on industrious soldiership.
The time approaches that will with due decision make us know what we shall say we have, and what we owe. Thoughts speculative, their unsure hopes relate, but certain issue strokes must arbitrate, towards which advance the war!
Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Not so pale. Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. I tell you yet again, Buck was buried. She cannot come out in her grave. The thane of five had a wife. Where is she now? Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. I tell you yet again, Buck was buried. Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. To bed. To bed. To bed.
laugh the seeds to scorn. Here let them lie till famine in the auger eat them up.
My lords!
You should have died hereafter. There would have been time for such a word. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out. Out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow. A poor play that struts and frits its hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Thou comest to use thy tongue, thy story quickly.
Gracious my lord, I should report that which I say I saw, but know not how to do it.
Well, say, sir.
As I did stand my watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham, and anon methought the wood began to move.
Liar! And slave!
Let me endure your wrath if it be not so within the 3 mile where you see it coming, I say, a moving grove.
If thou speak false, upon the next tree thou shalt hang alive to famine in the auger cling thee. If thy speech be sooth, I care not if thou dost for me as much. I pull in resolution and begin to doubt the equivocation of the fiend. Fear not till Burnham Wood do come to Dunedin. And our wood comes toward Dunedin. Arm, and out! If this which she avouches does appear, there is no flying hence, nor tarrying here. I begin to be aweary of the sun, in which the real estate of the world were now undone. Blow wind, come rack! At least we'll die with harness on our back.
Now near enough. Your levy bars throw down, Sherlock as you are. You, worthy uncle, and my cousin, your noble son, shall lead our first battle. Worthy Macduff and I will do what else remains according to our station.
Very well. Do we but find the tyrant's power tonight? Let us be beaten if we cannot fight.
Make all our trumpets speak. Give them all breath. Those clamorous harbingers of blood and death. To war!
They have tied me to a stake. I cannot fly, but bear-like I must fight the course. What's he that was not born of woman? Such a one am I to fear, or none.
What is thy name?
Thou will be afraid to hear it.
No, thou call thyself a hot name in years in town.
My name's Macbeth.
People himself not pronounce the title will hate to my ear.
No, no more fearful.
Thou lies, thou poor tyrant. With my sword I shall prove the lie thou speaks.
Thou wast born of woman. What sword I smile at? Weapons laugh to scorn, brandished by one that's a woman born.
That way, the noise is. Our tyrant, show thy face! If thou be a slain, and with no stroke of mine, then my wife and children's ghosts will haunt me still. I cannot strike at wretched kerns whose arms are hired to bear their staves. Either thou, Macbeth, or else my battered blade I sheathe again undeeded. There, thou shouldest be by this great clatter, the one of greatest note. Oh, let me find in fortune, more else I beg not.
we render. The tyrants people on both sides do fight. The noble thanes do bravely in the war. The day almost itself professes yours. Little is to do.
We have met foes that did strike beside us.
Enter, sir, the castle!
Why should I play the Roman's fool and die on mine own sword? While I see lives, the gashes will do better upon them.
Turn, hellhound, turn!
Of all men else I have avoided thee. But get thee back. My soul is too much charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword, thou bloodier villain, and terms can get thee out!
Thou losest labour. As easy mayest thou the entrenchant air with thy keen sword and press to make me bleed. Let thy blade fall on vulnerable crests. I bear a charmed life which must not yield to one of woman born.
And despair in thy charm, and let the angel whom thou hast served tell thee, it doth us from his mother's womb untimely ripped.
Accursed be the tongue that tells me so, for it hath cowed my better part of man. And be these juggling fiends no more believe that palter with us in a double sense, and keep the word of promise to our air and break it to our hope. I'll not fight with thee.
Then yield thee, coward, and live to be the show and gaze of the time. Oh, we'll have thee as our rare monsters are. Painted on a pole and under it, here may ye see the tyrant.
I will not yield! To kiss the ground before young Morag Frisian, to be baited with the rebel's curse. Though Burnham would remove to Dunsany, and thou pose being of no woman born, yet I will try the last. Before my body I throw as all my skill, lay on Macbeth, and damn thee in the first right hole! Enough.
Some must go off, yet by these I see, so great a day as this is cheaply bought.
Macbeth is missing, and your noble son.
Your son, my lord, has paid a soldier's debt. He only lived but till he was a man, the which no sooner had his prowess confirmed, in the unshrieking station where he fought, but like a man he died.
Then he is dead.
Aye, taken from the field. Your cause of sorrow should not be measured by his worth, for then it have no end.
Had he his hurts before?
Aye, on the front.
Why then God's soldier be he! Had I as many sons as I have heirs, I could not wish them to a fairer death. So as Nell is not.
He's worth more sorrow than that, and that I'll speak for him.
He's worth no more. They say he parted well and paid his score. Therefore God be with him. Here comes newer comfort.
Hail, Queen, for so thou art. Behold, where stands the usurper's cursed head. The time is free. I see thy compass with thy kingdom's pearl that speak my salutations, and I desire them aloud with mine.
My thanes and kinsmen, henceforth be earls, the first in such honour ever Scotland named. So thanks to all, and to each one, whom we invite to see us, crowned at Scone.
Hail, Queen of Scotland!
Hail, Queen of Scotland!